Hey guys, welcome to day 76 of my carnivore journey. And I just want to welcome any new followers, new subscribers basically. I just want to say welcome to our little family. We've been getting quite a bit more here and there. We're almost to 600. So I mean, guys, I cannot believe it. It's crazy. Again, I thought maybe I had six, back in when I first started doing the vlog. So but let's get into it. This is if you're new here, then this is where I basically just do my vlogs, man. I just share with you my feelings and what I ate and just do the best I can to document my journey without I guess I don't document as well as I could. Let's just put it that way. But realistically, I just try to at least use this as much documentation as I can. Um so today I had 3 hard-boiled eggs or medium-boiled egg. It's like hard-boiled is just such a term. So, but I had 3 medium-boiled eggs for lunch. I only was gonna have 2. That's kind of my normal thing, but I made one for my wife. Like I cut one in half, put some salt on it, and I made, I cut up 3 eggs. And then I took one to her and she was like, "Oh, I'm not hungry. I'm drinking coffee, blah, blah, blah." So I ended up eating it because I didn't want to waste it. And, when an egg sits around, I mean, come on. So I had 3 eggs. I had 4 for dinner. I ended up having an omelet. So, but here's what I had. All right. So it's just your basic, scrambled eggs, bacon, and sausage. I actually had sausage. And for my son, I actually put all 3 of those ingredients into a flour tortilla for him because he's kind of like, yeah, bacon and eggs, whatever. But when I put it in a flour tortilla, amazingly, he was like, "Oh, this is awesome." So amazing one little change, right? But in any case, my wife wanted breakfast dinner, and I'm not going to argue with that. So I had the that. So as far as amount, you can see pretty much the amount of sausage I had. Probably like what might have been like a half a cup there or something, maybe of sausage, and like 4. But I will say, in all fairness, I had 4 slices of bacon on my plate, but I also had like 2. I ate one shortly after it came out of the oven when it kind of cooled down. I ate one. While I was cooking, so to speak, like a snack. And then I had one after dinner. Ooh, excuse me. I had one after dinner when I was cleaning up things, and then my son grabbed a piece of bacon. I'm like, "Hey, you're stealing my bacon." I'm joking with him, of course. So I had to have one too. I was like, you know what, like a dessert. I don't know. But I ended up having like 6 pieces of bacon today, a total of what, 7 eggs, and that half a cup of breakfast sausage. So calorie wise, I think I'm okay. So, but that's either way. And again, I know now I bring up calories because again, I wanted to pass this on because some people I have had a few different people in the comments talking about not losing weight and things like that. I just want to address a couple things. One is carnivore, not the carnivore is not so much a weight loss diet. It is carnivore diet, or elimination diet, but it is not. You shouldn't necessarily use it as a weight loss diet. It is a health type of thing, but of course, the result of that is eventually going to be losing weight. And it's going to fluctuate. You'll have times where you may go a month or so and you may plateau, and then you may start losing weight again. So far, I'm on day 76 and I've been able to overall sort of lose, but I don't know where I'm going to plateau. We're going to see all that once we plot it all out at the end. But I just wanted to clarify that, like, don't think of this as, "Oh man, carnivore is going to make me shed the pounds." I think what a lot of people end up, seeing is when they see all these testimonials, there's a ton of people that were like, they've lost 100+ pounds. There's even some of you that watch my stuff that have lost 100+ pounds. And there's these miraculous stories of people losing even more weight sometimes. So I think we might look at this as, oh, this is that miracle cure for my weight loss, and I'm just going to shed off the pounds. I think over time you will. I do. And usually when you see the people that lost all that weight, it took them a few years, or they additionally was doing other things. They were like walking and then intensified their exercising, and they really started working out. Some of you can't work out. I myself, I tried. I've got a week of it. You can see me on camera. I recorded a total of 7 days, but I can't sustain that. Well, I think I recorded a total of 6 because one was like a rest day. But I can't sustain that right now because of my life. I mean, I am busy. You guys have no idea. Like, I'm always working. When I'm working 2 jobs, and then when I'm off, I'm recording. I'm either doing the daily vlogs in between stuff, or on my nights off, I've got my third job that I'm trying to get done, and my third job is my own business with filming and social media stuff, all that kind of stuff. So I'm always working, and I'm fighting for. I just barely get enough sleep. I get enough, but just barely. So if I start trying to get up extra early to work out, then everything just starts getting, really messed up. So that's what I'm saying. It's not easy for me to work out right now. So I'm happy with just doing carnivore and losing weight in a normal sort of slow paced way, I guess you would say. I don't know, but in any case, guys, you know what I mean. I hope. So one thing I wanted to point out today, and I've kind of noticed this a few times, and that is like drawstrings. Okay, so some of you that wear particular shorts, sweatpants, things like that, some of these things have drawstrings, right? Because the elastic bands sometimes it's just not enough. Maybe some of them have drawstrings. So I have a few different pairs of shorts, few sweatpants and stuff that have drawstrings. And for a long time, what I did is I had to, because I can't just, because I'm too fat, and I couldn't just pull it tight and sort of tie my own drawstrings and make adjustments on my hip. So what I'd have to do is, when I go to put on my sweatpants, I would pull them up just past my knees, tie them to what I thought would be tight enough, and then pull them up, because I don't have much of an ass. So all my weight is around my midsection, but my ass is sort of not too bad as far as just not there. So I just would pull them up. And most of the time, they would be okay. Sometimes it might be a little loose, and then I'd have to pull them back down and adjust my drawstrings and pull them back up. Anyways, where I'm going with this is I had some shorts and some stuff that I was kind of avoiding because I made the drawstrings too tight. I made them pretty tight, and I'd wear them, and then you could feel whether the string was cutting into your hips a little bit. And then, God forbid, by the end of the day after dinner, when you just sort of start getting bloated, you could feel the drawstrings were extra uncomfortable. And but I had noticed I had a pair of sweats yesterday that was trying to fall down, and I had the drawstrings on there, and I'm like, oh my God. And the reason why I would avoid them, so some of you might say, well, Josh, why didn't you just retie them? And that's because they ended up in a knot, and a really bad tight knot, and I didn't feel like trying to work out the knot. Okay, bad knot, super small, anyways. But those sweatpants last night was too loose now. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to figure out how to adjust these, because they were barely wanting to stay up when I ran to the store. And then I put on a pair of shorts that I'm wearing tonight, and again, this is a pair of shorts that's been sort of in my drawer for a while, and I put them on and they actually fit nice. Like they're not too tight. The drawstrings already tied, and they fit good. So clearly I'm losing, size wise. And so I just wanted to point that out because for some of you that are like me and you don't want to break out the body tape and you don't want to measure yourself, you can use your clothes and some of your waist stuff or drawstrings, things like that, to maybe help give you a little bit of guidance. Now, what I don't want to do yet is I don't want to start breaking into my closet and start trying on different size shirts, because my closet is full of shirts that I have not worn in a really long time because they're 2X or maybe they're 3X, but the 3X shrunk a little bit. And here's my problem. I can wear 3Xs, but a lot of times, a lot of the 3Xs, they wouldn't be too long because of my gut and everything else. The 3Xs wouldn't necessarily cover my gut or all the way, or if it did cover my gut, it would be barely. And then, like, if the minute I raised my arms, it would lift up over my gut, and it was just horrible. So pretty much had to get 4Xs to where they would fall down a little bit. And of course, I wear a lot of Champion shirts because Champion shirts, and even there were some Dickie shirts that were long. They were longer than normal t-shirts, like Fruit of the Loom and stuff like that. Fruit of the Loom, like those type of shirts, would fit good for 4X, but they were never long enough. And when you wash them and they shrink a little, they still would be good to wear around my shoulders and everything else. But they wouldn't be long enough. They would shrink. So I know I have a closet full of clothes, but I'm not ready to start diving into those yet. I want to keep losing more weight. I'm going to keep wearing my 4Xs. Some things are getting a little looser on me. Some of my hoodies are starting to have a ton more room. They're starting to actually feel baggy at times. So that's pretty cool, because I know there was, because as when you have certain pieces of clothing that when you wear that either barely fit or maybe, you were close to making them tight fit. And then now those certain clothes are getting baggier and things like that. So, I just wanted to point that out, and to maybe for some of you that are, again, trying to find some inspiration to keep forward, just think about those things. Pay attention to that stuff. Again, I don't weigh myself anymore every week. Don't stress about that. It'll happen. But anyways, guys, that's all I really had tonight. Just wanted to come on here and tell y'all what I had. And as far as feeling wise, I mean, again, great day today. Feel pretty good all around. Poop was okay. Again, sometimes I eat a little too much fat. So if you eat too much grease, like too much fat, then you'll have loose stool. If it's harder than normal, then that might mean you need a little more fat. So just use that as a gauge. Don't think of it as a bad thing, but use that kind of as a gauge. And again, remember, I don't have a gallbladder. So, but I've been managing so far. I'm really starting to wonder if I'm developing that pseudo bladder that they talked about. But anyways, guys, we will see you tomorrow, day 77. Can you believe we are now like 2 weeks from our goal? It's crazy. And now we're going to be less than 2 weeks here starting tomorrow. So we're getting there, guys. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Thank you guys so much for the support.